Big vibes. Stay blessed. To say this is your boy BLKFinesse. We're back for the next video. First of all, condolences to the families who suffered from that loss recently with the Titan Submersible. Praying for your family. Wish you the best. You know, sorry this had to happen. Now, it's been going super viral. I don't understand why it's been going viral because there's a lot more situations. But then again, it's the talk of the talk of the topic. This one's called the Ocean Gate Titanic Submersible was denied certification and made, you know, such and such. Here to watch it, react to it with Tyrone Magnus. This came out about an hour ago. I've seen a few of his videos. I'm actually just going to react to this one because I haven't seen it. But long story short, it seems like they were not certified to go down. Not certified. They were not allowed to go down there. They weren't clear. That's better. They weren't clear to go down there. So there's a problem, huge problem on their end. So let's check it out.
This only gets worse.
Yeah, it does.
Marine Certification Company says it declined request to certify Ocean Gate.
Crazy.
So just reading that title, let me speculate for a second. How can you be able to operate if you're not certified?
Okay, yeah.
Like certified is one of those words, you know, it's like if things aren't certified, you don't want it. Like, do you want an uncertified personal trainer? No. So I guess certification doesn't work the same way in all fields.
Yeah, that word was used very vividly.
For us in Boston. So Jason, what does it mean that the Coast Guard is going to lead now?
Right, and just to point out, Allison, as you know, not just the U.S. Coast Guard, but in addition to that, we've also gotten word today that the National Transportation Safety Board is also going to be a part of this investigation. And in addition to that, you've got the Canadian Transportation Board involved as well. What's going to be key to the investigation, though, forensic evidence, right? You've got to get as much as you can, gather as many pieces as you can of the Titan as possible. That's why it's so important for those remotely operated vehicles to continue work on the ocean floor. So while you've heard word about vessels pulling out of the
13,000 feet below the surface,
that is happening in the North Atlantic. Those ROVs, those remotely operated vehicles, are staying there. They're continuing to scour the debris area, trying to get as much evidence as possible, because what forensic experts are going to have to do is they're going to have to get pieces of that hull, and they're going to have to try to do some testing on that to try to come to some conclusion about the integrity of the hull. This, as we've heard from so many people over the last 24 to 48 hours, who say that they raised issues with Ocean Gate about its safety protocols and about the integrity of the Titan.
But Jason, what about this Marine Certification Company that rejected a request to certify the Titan?
Yeah, why did they reject that
Lloyd's
request?
Registrar, and that is the company that typically does this type of marine vessel registration. According to what we've heard here at CNN, there was a request from Ocean Gate to have Titan certified. This was back in 2019, and this company denied the request to do that. Did not want to work with them. The company did not provide a reason as to why that happened. But what's interesting about that, you'll remember that Ocean Gate on its website had said that they had decided to forego getting registered, saying that it was standing in the way of innovation. That was something that was up on their website. That website has now been taken down. Allison.
There's still a lot of questions, Jason Carroll. Thank you very much. Let's bring in David Long.
Even on their web.
On the Titan sub in 2021. In fact, he took the same trip on board the Titan to see the Titanic wreckage 2 years ago.
There's no way anyone should ever went on that thing. Ever.
At that time, 2 years
that
ago,
is
you took
crazy.
this trip down to view the Titanic. Did you have any reservations about the safety of the submersible?
I read that on the website.
No.
I ain't going nowhere.
And, I felt very lucky to be one of only 200 some odd people who would have ever seen the Titanic underwater. at the 12,500 foot level. And now I feel, of course, very lucky that I went on the 5th trip with Titan when the hull was still strong enough to withstand that pressure. But I did not have any reservations. I thought the trip was very professionally run. I adored Stockton and PH, who were on the trip with me. Only Stockton was in the submersible.
I'm so
PH
sick and
on
tired of seeing the tip of that boat
But I
down
didn't
there.
have
That's
any
the only shot they ever
reservations. I
show.
just was so excited to be doing
Can I see some
something
more?
that I've been hoping to do for 11 years.
And what did Stockton tell you at that time about safety? What did you ask him? Did you know, for instance, that he had employed a sort of unorthodox construction of the submersible that other people in the industry
It was unauthorized.
didn't know if it would work? Basically, it wasn't industry standard. Did you know that at the time?
No, I did not know that. I did know because I was originally supposed to go out in 2019 when they thought the pressure test would be finished and Titan would be able to take out passengers in 2019. And there were some sort of problems with weather in the Bahamas where they were testing it and other things. And so they scratched all those trips that were scheduled for 2019. I think then the Titan was tested and found that maybe it had to be reinforced some more, which I think was done during 2020. I don't know all the details in that. And I was pretty confident in 2021 when I was on the trip that it was safe.
So, David, what was the trip like? Did you get a good view of the Titanic?
I don't know how you can still do it without being certified, though.
The particular trip I was on, which was
How's the law let you?
On the 4th day of the 5-day trip, we ended up near the stern rather than the bow because you're never sure what the currents are. And
Wait.
released.
Am I tripping? He said 5 days. It means you're underwater for 5 days?
And started to do the 2-hour descent. We ended up much closer to the stern. So I was very disappointed. I didn't get to the bow, but the stern is still fascinating. It's a mangled, very big piece of metal. And we also were in the debris field the next day, which was the last day for all those summer trips. 3 other men went down with Stockton and PH and actually got to film the bow. And of course, when everyone thinks of the Titanic, they think of the bow. And I was also filming because I was going to make a movie.
What's also crazy is I've seen on Instagram what it looks like to be inside of that submarine. It's very compact, small. Like, you have to sit down the entire time. Like, you cannot stand. That jump was so... I would have been... I don't know if I'm claustrophobic or not. I don't think I am because I can handle small spaces, but I don't like small spaces I know I can't get out of. Like, I can't remain calm. If I know I don't have no space to stretch out or none of that stuff, nothing's worse than hearing that an implosion happened. Bro, like, you're sitting and you don't know what's happening. It just... It makes me never want to go underwater. I already don't like water. I don't agree with water. Me and water don't get along. You feel me? Going swimming, I don't like the idea of not being able to breathe. Now, nothing's worse than the water itself having weight on it, and then on top of that, you're under it. Nah, bro.
For charities
Right.
about
See?
this trip. So I was disappointed, but still the whole process of going down 12,500 feet was amazing. So I considered it a very successful trip.
And what
What
was
is
it
that
like,
crust all
down
over?
there? Was it pitch black? Are you all
Is it,
just looking out that one window
elements?
and taking turns in that submersible?
Algae,
Oh, there also was a computer screen
combination.
that fed us all the video footage from a camera that was mounted on top of the Titan. But otherwise, the 2 men in front of me who were seated looking right out the 21-inch viewport and myself right behind them, that's what we were looking out of. But it got dark fairly quickly. We then went through a little zone with phosphorescence, which was neat. And then it got pitch dark again all the way until we got close to the bottom. Then Stockton turned on the lights, and so when we hit the bottom, you could see the silt come up all around us. It took a few minutes to settle. Then he started to use the thrusters to move us around.
Was it freezing cold?
No, it wasn't that cold because we had just arrived at the bottom, but we did have different layers of clothes with us because it was very warm at the top when we got into the submersible, and it certainly got colder and colder as we went down, but I don't remember it being really, really cold.
Jeez.
Were there any moments during that whole process for you that I guess took a couple of hours? Were there any moments that felt dicey? Was there any moment that you were nervous?
No, I was not nervous at all. I thought I was in wonderful hands, a very professional
You got
team.
heart, bro.
Every day we had meetings at 7 in the morning, 7 at night, and they would talk about what we were going to do the first 3 days because of weather. All the dives were scrubbed, but they were so professional in their presentations. I did not have any problems anywhere going down. Now, I've done some other things that are a little bit dangerous. I'm certainly not an extreme adventurer at all, but I don't get scared
Seem like you are.
as a lot of people, and I don't get claustrophobia very often. Which
I feel like it's because you're rich.
Being in that submersible for
He
more than
blinks a
10
lot,
hours.
doesn't he?
Yeah, I can tell you don't scare easily, certainly. A lot's been made in other reports of how there was a kind of low-tech feeling to the construction. It felt a little jerry-rigged in there. You know, it was kind of a video game controller, products from off the shelf used to construct it. Did you see some of that?
Only the video game controller, and Stockton was very proud of that. I mean, he certainly did not hide the fact that anybody could control that submersible from this. I mean, I was not allowed to, but from this game controller.
I get it. Like I said, military uses Xbox controllers. So
learned since this accident, I've seen some other video of other people in there and saying there were some more things that he kind of bought off the shelf. But he felt that, I mean, he wouldn't have gone down dive after dive. He was the pilot on almost every trip if he hadn't felt that submersible was 100% safe.
That's fair.
David, now that you've had these 24 hours to think about this tragedy, do you have a theory on what happened?
Right when I heard that they'd lost communications with the submersible, I thought that it probably had imploded. And I just thought that because I knew they had not reached the bottom. At least when they had the last communication from it, they were still 45 minutes or so from reaching the bottom. So I didn't think they could be tangled up. There are many, many different ways to release weights to get back up to the surface if they had a problem with that. So I kind of, but I didn't say in all the interviews I did at that point, obviously, that I thought it had imploded.
Right.
And
I
I kept positive the way almost everyone else did. But that certainly was my first thought. Especially since I knew there had been some reinforcing and some problems with testing back in 2019. That was my first thought.
Well, David, thank you for sharing your experience with us. It's really interesting to
That's
talk to somebody who
spicy,
did this
man.
very trip and to hear what it was like. And of course, we're happy, like you are, that you got to have that experience. So thanks for being.
It was amazing.
Man,
Nice.
You're welcome.
let me tell y'all something. I watched this video earlier. It was on a YouTube channel. Let me see if I can find this. I'm gonna tell y'all so you can go watch it. This YouTuber went on.
Yeah, before he does that, it's a little dicey, man. Like he knew that things had to be done in 2019. He didn't do it till 2021 or whatever 20 something he said. Now it's 2023. That's a couple years apart from each. It's like 2 years apart from each. But yet they weren't certified, nor were they cleared to go down there. I don't know, man. That's a spicy situation, bro. You knew you weren't supposed to do that. You know you weren't supposed to. If you weren't certified to do that, you know you weren't supposed to. That is wild, bro.
And he documented the whole thing. All capital letters, DALLMYD. And it says, Titanic Sub Tourism Expedition, exclusive footage, my personal experience. There's 6.1 million views on it. He goes on this thing, right? And they don't really do the full trip, but you get to see him go in, load it, them screwing it shut. And I start getting claustrophobic right there. Right there. I'm watching them screwing this thing shut and you seeing it closing from the inside. Man, and you just in this damn tube and the glass.
It's small.
Thing, it's small.
21 inches, bro.
It's like you can't see. Like, I would go on a glass bottom boat to check out stuff. I would have to see stuff. You just put me in an airtight pipe and lower me? No.
And it's
Sorry.
dark?
No, absolutely not.
Completely dark. It's locked from the outside, so you can't get out. And then on top of that, it's 21-inch glass to see through. Dude, I need something at least a little bigger because I've seen people standing by it. You would need something at least a little bigger. I just want to at least be able to stand in it. You have to sit the entire time, bro. And you're sitting with 4 other people.
I'm not really seeing it. I'm seeing it through a camera lens, which feels less authentic. I want to be able to just see it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the things that you see, you know, in the movies, whoever, they go down and they can see out of the window.
I'm sorry, I just had a very cringe moment because I just imagine myself being in it, bro. And you hear anything you hear, any kind of knocking you hear, pop, pop, it's over. It's over. Nah, it's over, bro. Like, nah, bro. Nah, yo. Like, just imagine around you, bro. You've no space and you're shit. You hear, pop, pop. Yo, and it's dark, it's cold, you getting deeper and deeper. You weren't even close to the bottom. Bro.
And actually see stuff. That's what I would want if I had the courage, or however you want to frame it, to go down.
Being in the air is worse.
So wait,
come on, man. Well, not worse, but being in the air is bad.
From a camera to the screen of what it looked like. No, thank you. I don't care about a discount. No, thank you. Post comments down below. Let me know what you think. I cannot believe that they say on the site that they basically have no certification, and people are still going. Oh my God.
Never in my life will I ever do something that doesn't have a certification for it. Like, they should get put in jail for that. I'm sorry. Like, that's very wild. You shouldn't be doing anything of that sort which costs people their lives. Regardless if you have any kind of knowledge on it, you need to get certified. And the fact that you got denied the certification the first time and you still proceed to put people in there is crazy. Being in the air is scary. Being underwater is scary. What? Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't even stand up in that thing. It's dark. The layers of clothes. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. GG's in the chat. GG's. Comment down, subscribe, like, boom. BLKFinesse for y'all.